If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon. Kindly share, like and comment. Welcome friends, this is Shishir, motivational speaker, life and leadership coach. Welcome to this exclusive channel on management and leadership, self-leadership and leading others. Now today I'm going to talk about very unusual place which offers some inspiring lesson on leadership and especially team building. Many a times best takeaways can come from the least unexpected place. This is one of them. Now, if you are a leader in your organization, be it at any level, mid, senior or C-level, just watch this video till the end and you will have a very, very powerful lesson on team building and how to form a great team. It will give you a great ethos for team building. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon. Kindly share, like and comment. Redwood trees or giant sycamores, they are normally found in California, US. They are world's tallest, one of the tallest and biggest trees on planet Earth. As far as their height is concerned, they grow up to 350 feet. The question is, how tall is 350 feet? Being a figure, it might be difficult for you to wrap your mind around that figure. So for better visualization and ease, let me give you a very simple comparison. 350 feet is almost 6 to 7 stories taller than the torch of Statue of Liberty. It is 1.5 times the height of Qutub Minar. I repeat, it is 1.5 times the height of Qutub Minar. Wow. It is almost like standing under a 35-story tower or a building. It is nature's skyscraper. You can call it Mount Everest of trees. Now friends, knowing this, it is very safe to assume that taller the trees, the deeper the root should be. So it's very safe to assume that the roots of these redwood trees would also go vertically down, say hundreds of feet. But that's where the catch is, that's where the real surprise is, my friends. The crazy part here is, despite their massive and soaring heights, these trees have very shallow root system. In fact, the roots of go just 6 to 12 feet vertically down. You heard me right, 6 to 12 feet vertically down. Now just imagine 350 feet upwards and 6 to 12 feet vertically down. Knowing this, science is going to tell you that these roots are going to be very weak foundation when it comes to protecting the trees from deadly forces of nature. It is possible they might be having a length, but they might not be having a longevity. Now that means because of these roots, the trees cannot live long. Now here comes another surprising part. Now these trees, listen to this very carefully. Now these trees live for 2000 to 3000 years. Do you know what does that mean? It means there are few trees still alive today which were present when Mahavir and Buddha roamed around on this planet Earth. Wow. In the last 2000 years, even California has undergone a lot of fires, floods, landslides, hurricanes, storms, earthquakes, which were sufficient to uproot the strongest of trees. But what's the reason? These trees have not only survived, but they have kept growing again and again and again, year and year after, stronger and stronger. Now what is the secret? Does Mother Nature have some mystical power? Understanding this secret is understanding a great lesson in team building. Now the grandeur and the beauty is not in the trees itself, but in the roots itself. What they lack in depth, they make up in width. And it's more than the outer beauty, it is the inner beauty of these trees that needs understanding. And the same thing with leadership, my friends. Leadership has to be inside out, not outside in. First, you need to learn to lead yourself, only then you can lead others. If you cannot lead yourself, you cannot lead others, my friend. So what these trees do, rather than going vertically down, they start extending horizontally. In that course, they start meeting other trees and come in contact with their roots. And when they come in contact with their roots, what they do is amazingly beautiful. Now they start embracing each other. And they start wrapping around each other multiple times. They start locking each other, creating a webbing effect. And as they continue to join and fuse together, every redwood tree eventually gets connected to other redwood trees. Now what about the resources? Now the resources like sunshine, sand, soil and water. Rather than competing for these resources, redwood trees, they connect, collaborate and cooperate and beautifully share these resources. Another great lesson for business. Now be it a small company or a Fortune 500 company, friends, there is nothing called unlimited resources. Resources will always be limited. Now either your people can compete for those resources or they can beautifully share those resources and connect, collaborate and cooperate like redwood trees. And if you compete, nobody wins, but if everybody shares, everybody wins. Now, this beautiful tapestry of interconnectedness and interdependence is the secret sauce when it comes to their survival. It is this that helps them to survive and thrive. Now, this amazing interlocking of roots give them a very strong, solid foundation, which offers tremendous strength, support, stability, and sturdiness to not only overcome but withstand the deadly forces of nature. This interlocking of roots give them the power to overcome nature's devastating forces. Planted alone, that's for sure, they won't have survived alone. Now, they don't survive alone, they create a tribe, and it is this tribe that helps them not only to survive but thrive. I repeat it again, the redwood trees, they don't survive alone. They create a tribe, and it is this tribe that helps them to not only survive but thrive. Such an amazing message, isn't it? And just think for a moment, and you will realize that Mother Nature, by this example, is trying to reveal some great secrets in team building and team performance. Ask yourself, if you are a leader, isn't it a great model to follow as far as team building is concerned? Question is, what is a team? A team is nothing but a collection of individuals who come together to work together. Now just imagine what we humans can do if we learn to connect, collaborate, and cooperate like redwood trees. Now these trees standing there are shouting and saying an individual cannot work and survive alone. And just think of his personal growth. Don't survive alone, connect and collaborate, support and hold each other, share energy and resources, build resilience and momentum. Just think what this can do to a team and eventually to an organization. It gives a sense of stability, sturdiness, support, safety. Isn't it an awesome picture of how a team should function? Just ask yourself, where teams complement each other for their strengths and weaknesses. They know and understand each other very well. They support and stabilize during tough times. They encourage when others fail, appreciate when others succeed. Just tell me, can any storm of tough times uproot such a teams and stop them from keep growing and growing? Now, what is Mother Nature whispering through this example of redwood trees? That none of us is as smart as all of us. So if you are a leader in your organization, be it at any level, mid, senior or C-level, now just share this with your team member. Let it sink in, let them decide, reflect, and allow it to sink in, and make it a part of team ethos. And whenever you feel your teams are not working as a team, just remind them of redwood trees. And don't allow anyone to forget Mother's Nature, very, very powerful lesson. Want to build a great team? Just think like redwood trees. Thank you, my friends, for watching this video till the end, and happy leading. And if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon. Kindly share, like, and comment. Thank you.